And so, I'm out here on another training hike, and as you can see behind me, once again, for the fourth year in a row, I believe, we have had another late season snowstorm. Today is the 1st of June. We have had 3 days of precipitation, which is great for our drought. But above 6,000 feet, we got snow. We received snow. And depending on the altitude, we receive between 6 and 12 inches of snow. So let me do a quick 360 for you and show you what this looks like on the 1st of June. While you guys are out getting ready to go to the beach and go to the pool and play golf, I am tromping through snow again. So let me just do a quick 360 here and show you what this area looks like. Right now, we should be approaching 90 degrees in early June here in Utah. And look at how much snow we're dealing with. If you guys remember, I actually took some video from this spot probably in the beginning of May, I think it was. I think it was my first training video in the beginning of May. And this was the spot that I took it from. Let's see, there's a little bit of melt going on in this bridge. But this is just a beautiful area. See how much snow is up here. And it's so amazing. You look at this stream, and it's so vibrant and so dynamic. And this is runoff. By the beginning of August, this will be completely dry. Well, I'm hoping I can make it to the top. I'm still about 2.5 miles from the top, but I think I'm going to be able to make it through. That'd be pretty disappointing if I got turned back by snow in June. Boy, this snow is really slowing me down. I should be at the summit of this trail. I actually should have been there 5 minutes ago. And I'm easily a mile and a quarter from the summit. The good news about this snow is that it's soft, so it's not icy. You don't do the same kind of slipping that you do in icy snow. The bad news is the snow is soft. So looks like I just got a phone call right up here in the mountains. The bad news is that the snow is soft, and so it's sticking to your shoes and making each step heavier than you would normally expect. So I'm going to keep pushing on. I think I can get to the top, but it's going to be a slog. Let me just take a second here. I'll give you a quick 360. Here's what we look like at about, we're getting pretty close to 7,000 feet at this point. But you can see there is a lot of snow up here. Well, onward and upward. So, I've made it to the top. Slogging through this snow has added about 40 minutes to my hike. But I made it up here. My original plan, this hike is going to turn out to be just under 14 miles. And my original plan was to stretch this out to a 17-mile hike today. But I've just been slogging through the snow for so long. I'm just not wanting to slog any longer. So the temperature is scheduled to go up into the mid-80s starting tomorrow for at least the next 4 days. The snow will melt quickly, and maybe in about 3 days, I'll come back up here, 3 or 4 days, I'll come back up here and do the 17-mile hike. In any event, thank you for joining me today on this hike. Thank you for tuning into the channel again. And, I'll see you on the trail. So I decided to push on and see if I could actually make this a 17-mile hike, because I'm descending into a southwest canyon. There's a little bit more melt over here. But I just wanted to give you a beautiful view of this area that I'm hiking in. you can see how astonishingly lovely it is. I'm not a real fan of hiking in the snow. I've said that before, but you know, I have to concede this was an absolutely beautiful hike today. Not a cloud in the sky. And it's really, as much as it's been a slog, I really have enjoyed myself. So I'll be making a few more entries before I wrap this video up. At this point, I'm about 100 feet higher than the previous video, but I wanted to show you this magnificent vista that I'm standing at. And as you can see, this is a west-facing canyon, and you can see it on a west-facing canyon, much of the snow has already melted. But when you start moving over to north-facing canyons, that's basically what you're looking at. But my goodness, isn't this a beautiful spot? I've been on the trail now for about 5.5 hours. I started at 7:30 this morning. And what's happened is that the very center of the trail has melted out because the runoff is running down the center of the trail. So I'm no longer having to walk through gloppy snow, even at this altitude. My feet are soaking wet, but honestly, I'd much rather walk through these through this stream to here, this downstream runoff, than I would through the gloppy snow. It should be relatively easy getting down the mountain the rest of the way. This is something I thought you might find interesting. You remember earlier in this video when I was talking about the snow and you could hear that stream that was running by me? This is actually the headwaters of that stream. I'm about 1,000 feet higher than I was when I first took that video. And I will come across this stream again in about 2 miles. I'm not about 1,000 feet lower, and you can hear how much volume and momentum this stream has picked up as this melting snow has been descending down mountain. And this is the last view that we will have of that stream. The small headwaters that we saw. Right now we're at about 2.5 miles down from the previous image of this stream that I showed you. We're about 600 feet lower. The interesting thing about this stream at this point is that between here and the previous views that I showed you, there are some natural springs that feed this stream. So this stream holds water the entire year round. So at this point I'm about 1 mile from the car, maybe 3/4 mile from the car. My hope was that I would make a 17-mile hike today. But as I think about these distances, got a person coming by me in just a second. As I think about these distances, I'm thinking that this hike is probably going to come up to somewhere around maybe 16 miles. Let me switch hands here so I get out of the sun. Somewhere around 16 miles. Which isn't bad, really, considering the weight of my pack and slogging through that snow. My legs are in really good shape. I'm really pleased at how good they feel. So as I start the training process, I am pretty happy to be in this kind of condition at the beginning of June. I still have 3 months before I need to be ready for the Grand Canyon. So I think that things are looking good. I expect all of this snow to be melted by within 3 or 4 days. And I'm going to try and target, in about 4 days, I'm going to try and target about a 17, 18 mile hike. I know a way I can do that, which I think will be accessible. So that'll be really good. In any event, I hope you have enjoyed this hike, and I sure appreciate you joining me on it. I thought you might enjoy one more view of the snow-capped peaks we just hiked through before I head back into the Jeep. Such a beautiful day today, such an incredibly beautiful hike. In any event, again, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, and I very, very much appreciate your support. So until next time, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you on the trail. And now, about 30 seconds of the peaceful sounds of the stream coming down the mountain.